I'm Dr. SCL. I'm a dad, a chiropractor, and the translator you didn't know you needed in this, the first year of parenting. This is Decoded, the first year, the podcast that turns baby brain confusion, mum burnout, and milestone panic into clarity you can actually use. Let's make sense of the chaos by decoding it together. Hey, welcome back to Decoded, the first year. I'm Dr. SCL, a chiropractor, a dad, and a nervous system nerd. And this is the podcast where we decode baby development and milestone stress without the guilt, panic, or guesswork. Now, today's episode is going to be a little bit different because I want to walk you through one of the most powerful and useful tools that I have specifically created for parents. Yes, enter shameless self-promotion. I want to talk to you about the Baby Milestone Decoder, my free PDF guide to understanding development through a nervous system lens. So, if you've ever asked, is this milestone normal? Or why does my baby roll but hate tummy time? Or why are we being told to wait but something feels off? This is why this guide was made specifically for you. Now, let's be real. The first year of parenting is noisy. Everyone has a checklist. Everyone has an opinion. And most of it leaves parents with more anxiety, not more confidence. I made the Milestone Decoder to cut through that, to say, here's what matters. Here's what might need support, and here is what is totally okay. It is not about diagnosing or giving labels. It's about giving you a way to notice patterns so that you can stop guessing and start understanding what your baby's nervous system is really asking for. So, what you'll find inside the guide and where the sections are of most importance can be summarized with this. I list out 10 red flags, 10 signs that I see in the clinic that are very common but not normal. Things such as asymmetry, in other words, always turning one way, hating particular developmental movement patterns such as tummy time, rolling early but skipping crawling. In other words, achieving one milestone early but then skipping another milestone altogether. Then other developmental patterns such as toe walking or particular stiffness in legs. These are all clues, not emergencies. They help us in particular. I want them to help you as the parent ask the right questions early enough. I also include in there what could be versus what to watch for, and I break it down. This is where I take the guesswork away from any observation, trying to remove panic, trying to present context. In other words, what could this mean and what should we keep an eye on? And then I outline what you can expect from a neurospinal check. I explain what we look for, why we don't just crack babies, and how we gently assess the nervous system's function, hiding underneath all of the milestone chaos. So, if you've been listening to this podcast for the past few weeks, and I hope you have been, and I hope you've shared it with a mother who needs to be listening, this guide is for both of you. It's for you if you've been told it's fine, but your gut says otherwise. It's for you if you've got a baby who's skipping steps or struggling in ways that you can't quite put your finger on. It's for you if you're tired of Googling and getting nothing but confusion and mixed up answers. And it's for you if you want to feel confident knowing what's normal for your baby, not just average. And honestly, it's also for the parents who just want to understand why certain things are happening, not just when. So, What do I really want you to know? Here's the biggest takeaway I want you to leave with. Milestone delays or odd movement patterns don't mean that something is wrong. They mean that there is something worth understanding. You don't need to stress. You just need to have a better lens through which to see things. And that's what the Milestone Decoder provides. So if something feels off or you just want some clarity without spirals, please grab the guide, read it, sit with it, and then message me if anything stands out. I'm always going to be honest with you and happy to engage. What I haven't mentioned though is please share it as well. Finally, you can download the guide at the link in the show notes or just send me a DM with the ladder emoji on Instagram and I'll send it straight to your inbox. Because you don't need to track every milestone, every weight, every head circumference. You just need to understand what your baby's nervous system is trying to tell you. And that is what we're here for. This is Decoded the first year. Please share this episode with a parent who's stuck in the milestone trap and spiral, and encourage them to follow on the socials or reach out for themselves for a copy of the Baby Milestone Decoder. You can always find me at Mount Hawthorn Chiropractic, particularly on Instagram. Until the next episode, this is Dr. SCL, out. Thanks for listening to Decoded the first year, where we translate the mess of early parenting into something that actually makes sense. Be sure to share this episode with a friend, a partner, or a mum that you know who is quietly struggling through the noise and secretly Googling every milestone. If you want to hear more decoding, follow at Mount Hawthorn Chiropractic on the socials. Let's keep decoding the chaos. No mansplaining, no pressure, no judgment, just clarity when you need it most. Please note, this podcast isn't medical advice. It's just smart strategies from a Gonstead chiropractor, a dad, and someone who's been in the room with hundreds of mums trying to make sense of their baby's development, their own postpartum recovery, and the constant noise that comes with modern parenting. Always chat with your health team for specific care.